Hi Boujee babes, let's transform from this to this quickly and easily by using products that are guaranteed to help you look like a work of art. And let's start off by using Kiehl's Better Screen UV Serum, which has SPF 50 and it is super lightweight, has collagen peptide to help with skin texture and wrinkles, and most importantly, no white cast, because look at how well it absorbs into the skin, and don't forget the neck. Let's now address the complexion by going in with NYX's Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. And this is a full coverage foundation, meaning that it is going to address all of the hyperpigmentation by leaving the skin looking seamless, flawless, and leaving it with a matte skin-like finish. It's giving I was born with this flawless complexion, and I love that for us. Now it is time to use Juvia's Place liquid bronzer on the back of our hand, of course, because a little goes a long way to carve out all of the parts of the face that we want to add definition to and obviously add additional dimension to the face with. Now that the bronzer has been applied to our liking, it is now time for us to blend to our heart's content in ensuring that our face is as snatched as we need it to be right before we go in with concealer to brighten up the face. And we are using NYX's Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer, and this is another full coverage product, and we are using this to really bring back some brightness to the face, as well as highlighting all of the points in the face that need a little TLC, and then adding some moisture back into our beauty blender with some setting spray. And I'm using Urban Decay's All Nighter setting spray to really allow for a seamless blend with the concealer, the foundation, and the bronzer that we've applied. And you really want to take your time when just blending everything through. That's what allows it to give it a skin-like, flawless finish. And when it comes to blending out under my eyes, I like to take my time to ensure that the concealer has marinated. That way I have a fuller coverage and everything looks seamless and snatched. And now that my face is prepped, it's ready for some liquid blush, and I'm using Juvia's Place liquid blushes, which I would recommend first applying to the back of your hand before applying it to your face, because if you do so, it is going to be a lot of color payoff. It's going to be very bold and super bright, which is good, but for this look, we are going to be building the blush, and so we're first going to apply a little bit and then a little bit more until we achieve the right amount of blush to make us happy. Now we are going to use Maybelline's 2-in-1 eyebrow pen to really define our eyebrows by adding thin hair-like strokes to the brows and allowing it to look as natural as possible. This brow pen has amazing color payoff and will definitely leave your brows looking very well defined. And what we're going to now do is clean up under the brows with some concealer and of course with some foundation over the brows. That way it doesn't look too pronounced. And this is how our brow is looking like. It is now time to set all the cream products into place by adding Danessa Myricks Beauty Evolution Powder to the back of our hand to ensure that when we apply it to the face, it isn't too cakey, and you can see how seamless everything is looking. It is just setting everything into place. It is just making sure that everything blends seamlessly. And if you have oily combination skin like me, this is a perfect powder to use to just keep everything matte all day. And then I'm going to go in with Bare Minerals Matte Powder Foundation to touch up all of the spots that need a little bit more TLC so that I just have a little bit more of a flawless look. Then we're going to add Makeup Forever's Matte Powder Bronzer to really just carve out all of the parts in the face that need a little bit more snatching. And this is how everything is looking so far. Now we're going to go in with NYX's Buttermelt Bronzer, which has a lot of warmth in it, just to, pump up a little bit of that warmth in the face, to add some dimension. We are now going to add concealer to our eyelids so that everything looks seamless because, my eyelids are a little bit darker. We're going to set the eyelids with some powder. And we are now going to line our eyes. And I love a good winged liner. That is my signature liner look. Liquid liner is a must-have for my makeup kit, and this is how we're looking. Then we're gonna add some lashes, and this really just adds, some glam to the face, because look at how I'm feeling myself with some lashes on. I'm really loving how my eyes are looking. And now it is time to add the iconic MAC Chestnut lip liner to line my lips. I swear, ever since I discovered this lip liner, I have just been obsessed with it. Same with the NYX Butter Gloss. I like no words. It's so perfect. It adds the right amount of color to the lips, and it blends so seamlessly. It leaves my lips looking so luscious, so beautiful. And we're going to add some finishing touches with, a little beauty mark here and there. We're going to go back in with that 3-in-1 eyebrow pen just for some drama, a little beauty mark moment. I love beauty marks. They're so fab. And this is how it's looking. I'm going to add another tinsy little bit, little one, and go back in with that all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay again to saturate the face and just lock in this beat so that it is not moving and it's not budging. And I'm using a beauty blender just to make sure that everything is stamped in, everything is locked in, everything looks good, and this is the final look. What do you guys think? I hope you liked it. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you're well informed for the next time that I upload. And until next time, bye!